Good evening, San Diego. Here we are live at the Horton Plaza talking about Operation Water. A lot to do with what?
That's hashtag Operation Water.
Hashtag to me and to the rest of the world. Thank
He,
you.
he doesn't do social media, so this is his debut on it.
Debut.
Tell us about a little about yourself, G. Could it be the G that I was?
Yes, it is. It's Joey G in the place to be. He didn't go to St. John's University.
Oh,
but
yes.
I did go to the University of Life, and San Diego's beautiful. You know, they got a lot of things going on here.
Can I say no bullshitting? Let's talk about Operation Water.
About the homeless people. Homeless people here are like mercury, man. They're not on schedule, and right when they are going to be successful, they always drop the ball. I believe a lot of it has to do with their upbringing, their past, and quite possibly self-medicating from the streets.
I have a question for you. Last time that we ran into you, we meaning the Operation Water crew, which you are CEO of Operation Water. Last time we gave you some tools, we empowered you, and you made a lot of changes, and things have changed to you. And I notice sometimes, like, if you're to shave a homeless person, put them in a suit, sometimes they're not resourceful to manifest a lot of things that they did before. I was talking to you earlier that I was like, you look actually like better than me.
It's because I use my resources, and those resources are all over the place. There's food, there's even shelter. You just have to look for it. Some people are being stubborn. I believe a lot of it, like I said, is like they're mercury. They're not on schedule. They actually bail a lot. They have some sort of motivational killer going on inside within them. They're maybe still growing. Something they have to go through. But it's bringing a lot of the places here down. And they're trying to alleviate that. But I use all my resources, whether it's food, shelter, water, whatever, clothing. I use it to the T. And like he was saying, you look better than me. But that's just because I keep up with that and I stay on top of that. And these people can do it as well. Some do it even better than me. But what I think makes me outstanding is I recognize people. I remember things, and then I try to follow through on it. Because if you don't follow through on it, what happens is you get behind.
What was one of the things that we talked about last time is being worthy of taking things to the next level that all people can learn from. But what is that worthiness that caused you to take things to the next level?
The understanding from the people that I met, such as yourself, you, and quite a few people I can name who have helped me. But you have to follow through. If you don't follow through, what happens is you think about tomorrow. Tomorrow may not come. There's a homeless guy who passed away just yesterday, and he had ambitions.
What was his name?
His name, I'm going to call him Caesar. He had a C name, and he was unique. He was unique, and I just barely met him, and he wanted to do.
Do you know that the Caesar salad was made in Mexico, and it started at a restaurant in Tijuana. It's actually the Cesar salad.
Remember that. I want the chicken Cesar salad.
Yes.
Hold the
Romans they steal everything.
Yeah, those Romans, I swear, they're worse than those carpet riders, those Persians. No, I'm just kidding.
Did you hear about the Roman guy that went into the bar and said, "I'll have 5 beers"?
No, I didn't. That's all right. We got comedy in the house, ladies and gentlemen. We have stand up, bringing down the house right now. But being here and living in it, living in the moment, I have the same resources that everybody else does. I don't get an SSI check. I am getting some therapy to see if I'm okay or not. But so far, it looks like I'm okay.
The guy that I came with last time needs some therapy, but he doesn't want to pull the trigger because he's got too many resources.
You know what? And if he has too many resources, shame on you. You should know better. If you know better, it's going to be held against you when the day comes, D-Day. But
which is in a couple days.
Yeah, you can't be doing that. Come on, man, bro. I really took a liking to you. You had some good questions for me, and now I hear that you're not going to show up or whatever. But it doesn't matter. What matters is I'm still here and I'm doing it. And I took the resources that was given to me, the tools, and I utilize them. My bike is faster. I've got tools. I've got game. I've got whatever. I try not to meddle with the drugs, the loose women, especially loose women. It's a sin against my own soul. But what I do is talk to everybody and give them the benefit of the doubt. Everybody. There's not a single soul that I have not talked to that I don't give good advice.
If he talked to me, he talks to everybody.
I think I did talking to this guy, but it's been good. It's been a blessing, and I'm not going to let it go. I'm not going to let it down, and I think I'm on to something. It's a path I believe the great Creator wants me to take. So I'm going to do it with full force from this point on.
So without getting into religion, I feel that we're all happy. If you see like little children playing, they're happy when we're creating. We're all happy when we're creating. I've noticed a lot of corporations that people get bored. They have the ennui, which in French means boredom, that in order to make a business run, you have to have certain people that are doing boredom. But boring things, that creates a lot of burnout. And people force them there, and it's kind of they're changing money for everything. And I think a lot of that has created the homeless population. Which
it
I
has.
Think, and they're stepping out of it. And I think we should create a society that, and not just living on the streets, fit small, just feeding them. I'm thinking to create a society that encompasses all of us, that we can have all our different gifts and our amazing gifts. Because I'm going to the Silicon Valley. I don't wear glasses. I got dreadlocks because I can bring it. There's no affirmative action here. I bring it. I've done several different things. I've given away more stuff than anybody. I've done stuff off a shoestring budget when I wear flip-flops, which is virtually impossible. But what can you, as the CEO of Operation Water, what are you doing to uplift the homeless people and the people of downtown? What are you doing?
Well, just like an actor has to get into character, I'm more than getting into character. I'm actually living it, and living it, I'm able to say, no, stop this program, or this doesn't work, or you know what, this does work. One of the things that does work is when we get together, and I've gotten together with a few people. They're building. It's called Tent City. Now I'm going to get together with them, and there's one thing that they do that the streets does not do, and that is they're going to gather in unity, and they're going to make sure that your stuff is not rummaged through or stolen. You don't know how many people have been hurt by that, and they have to start over. Especially you got pictures of your kids, your wallet, your plastics, whether it be a Visa card or an EBT card, and then your ID. It happened to me with my guitar, my whole wallet, the whole thing, and it's like starting over. But I'm able to see why it's happening, and living it is the most important thing. Not just hearing about it, reading the demographics on it. It's actually being in the here and in the now.
It's one of the things that's interesting about what you're saying.
Hey, wait a minute. In fact, he said it first, the now, and that's what it is. It's like I'm able to call it what it is. You're the one who said it first.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. And
he's not homeless. He's not homeless. I don't know.
I'm a homie, but I'm not homeless. My house isn't necessarily that nice, but I don't care. So, as far as attachment, I think sometimes people live in their ivory towers and they're so attached to stuff. But I also notice homeless people don't have that much stuff, but they're very attached to it. And I think part of that reason is because the law on the street is possession. It's like if you walk away from your stuff, people will take it. It's like a rule on there. So how can you live this lifestyle and be unattached to stuff? Like, so me personally, I gave away all my pictures and all that stuff.
Well, I believe the more you give, all right, if you leave your card out or your bags out in front, because they say no bags inside of a 7-Eleven, let's just say a convenience store, something that we've all walked into. If you're not afraid to lose that and you do give it away, guess what? There's a saying, I believe it's a spiritual saying, in every path, in every religious belief or every spiritual belief. I want to cover that because I don't want nobody to be offended, is if you're able to give it away, you will be given more. And there's hundreds of saying that. And
it'll come back to you tenfold?
It'll come back to you tenfold. Your cup will...
And in Hebrew, it'll come back to you tenfold. Acha.
That's good. That's good that you know that one. It's pretty knowledgeable. I like that. I like that a lot because it's true. The more you give, the more you get. And I'm not worried about it. At first, I was. Not anymore. I said, you know what?
Hold on, let me get my wallet.
They needed it more than me.
It's over by Garcia. I'm going to make sure I have my wallet.
Let's go ahead and do it, man. We've got 0 minutes to
It's
fly.
interesting when the homeless guy has the watch and he's making sure I go back to my car.
That's the difference, though. I've grown. I didn't have a watch last time.
No, this Operation Water is gonna it's gonna drown when I have a watch.
Let it drown and make sure it's good. That's all we need to say about that. That's good. I like that. Operation Water.